Hey guys, this is Anastasia, and this is my second video for my Quest of the Goddess series. Um, I don't know if I necessarily went into too much detail because I was trying to get everything in under 15 minutes so I could upload on my phone last night with that introduction video. But basically what I want to do with this journey is do a video every night, kind of going over maybe a key thought that really hit me hard for that day in my study, journey, quest, what have you. I might share research that I had done on a goddess of that day. I might go through a practice or a ritual or a tool that might help divine more information that perhaps isn't in the logic world but more in the magic world. So things like meditations, tarot readings, pendulum working, scrying, flame reading, things like that. Basically, what I am doing is I am taking both logic and mysticism and merging those together to try to figure out what's going on, to figure out if... I know it's not just in my head. I know I can't logic it away with me just being a drama queen or silly, because it's not that. But what energy is it? Where is it coming from? Things like that. That's what I'm looking for. And I guess my major reason for sharing this, just to kind of go over the finer points again, is I've been in the craft for quite some time, and every time I've been insanely lucky, I guess, because every time I've been like, I wonder who this is, I wonder who that is, I wonder what this is or that or what have you. Gee, I wonder what my magical name is. Yeah, it might have taken a few months, but I felt satisfied. When I would ask for a sign, I felt like I was perhaps receiving a sign. And when it all came together as cliche as it sounds, like magic. It was just boom, and there was no questioning it, because it was confirmed by numerology, it was confirmed by signs that I had received. It was just a thing. And when Cernunnos revealed himself to me, it was in a dream. And there were signs to back it up. When Hel revealed herself to me, it was in a dream, and there were things to back that up. Same with Hecate, same with Lilith. Lilith, I actually kind of reached out to her, and she answered very loudly. And this is kind of the first time it's like, I feel something. I don't know what it is, but could you tell me? And it's like, no, you figure it out. So my point is, if someone who's been in the craft for a while is hitting this wall for the first time, maybe there are other people. And if not, I know when I started on my path, and even when I quote-unquote rediscovered my path and kind of started over from scratch, I would have loved to have seen how people do stuff like this. What techniques are used, how they go about it. It's a very personal experience. I get that. And I get not wanting to share every aspect. And trust me, not sharing every aspect. When something happens to me and it is a very personal, holy cow type deal, I'm probably not going to share that. Just because a spiritual path is personal, and that should be respected and honored. But as far as, hey, how am I getting from point A to point B? Here's something I'm trying, maybe it'll help you. I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. I hope that's a little more clearer as far as, sorry about that, my phone keeps needing to switch hands because my arms are falling asleep. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that kind of resonates with someone other than myself. I hope it's an interesting endeavor. And if not, I apologize, but it's still something I felt called to do. I felt called to share it. I'm going with it because I'm hoping it will become clearer as I go through. So, today's video is all about signs. I mentioned I really haven't been getting a lot of signs. I haven't been seeing any. And today, I kind of had an epiphany about it. I was discussing things, just having a great discussion, to be honest, with a Facebook friend of mine, Cora, and we were discussing things, and she was giving me some insanely cool insight and just really great things for me to think about and kind of take with me and digest and think things through. And she shared with me some signs that she's been having recently, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what I want, that's what I'm looking for. And we chatted a bit more, and then when the chat ended, I kind of sat there and I'm like, oh, I was a little bummed. I'm like, God, she had this amazing thing happen to her. I wish that would happen to me. And then I had this thought of, she had this amazing, mystical, magical thing happen to her, but she stated she's still kind of unsure as to what it could mean, because even when, let's say, for example, a hawk or an eagle comes into your life. Great. How many deities are connected to eagles? Not to mention, is it really about a deity, or is it perhaps a spirit animal? Is it just a spirit animal, or is it a totem animal? And some people have this amazing way of connecting and just knowing right off the bat. And certain things I can look at and go, yeah, that's that. For example, every time I saw 3 crows, I knew instantly it was hell saying, sweetie, I got you. You're good. I got your back. And that's actually one of the things that kind of worries me about concerning all this, is I've seen 3 crows since then, and I haven't gotten that feeling. Excuse me, sorry. But oak leaves obviously are huge with Cernunnos. When I see them, even just on the street and stuff, I kind of get warm and fuzzy and, oh, hi, get all excited. And everyone has their own. I mean, an oak leaf to me represents Cernunnos. An oak leaf to someone else could mean something very different. So just because you see an oak leaf doesn't mean it deals with Cernunnos. It could be a plethora of things. So just because you get these huge, insane, magical clues and signs doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come out in the wash. Another thing is, I at least need to stop thinking of getting signs as these huge, magical, mystical things. Because when I calmed down a bit today after chatting with Cora and really started thinking and analyzing, I realized I kind of have been getting small signs, quiet signs, which actually makes a lot of sense, because for someone like me who wants the big, huge explosion in front of her face, because I do doubt things, I do second guess things, I do logic things out, it would make sense that a goddess would be like, yeah, I'm here to work with you, but you need to start stepping out and using some of that faith. You need to start pulling your own weight, but also understanding that I'm not here to do tricks for you. Not that that's really what I was ever knowingly asked, but when I thought about it, if I'm constantly saying, I need a sign, I need a sign, I need a sign, and this goddess is kind of leaving signs, and I'm like, still constantly like, I need a sign, I need a sign, I'm almost saying in a way, hey, whatever you're doing isn't good enough. And if someone told me what I was doing was not good enough, I'd want to smack them. So it would make sense that maybe this energy is trying to teach me a little patience. Maybe this energy is trying to teach me a little gratitude. Maybe this energy is trying to teach me a little bit of, hey, I'm not on your time, sweetie, you're on mine. Get up off your butt and do shit. Excuse my language. So that kind of made me think about signs in a different way. Instead of expecting this, that, and the other thing, I need to open myself up into accepting a sign in any form that it comes, whether it is a shout in my ear and a hit over my head, or whether it is a quiet whisper and a slight brush of my skin. It could come any way. Sometimes even the lack of signs is a sign. And it's all about being open. It's all about not having expectations, but instead just being humble and standing there saying, I need help. I need guidance. If you could please help me, I'm going to do my side of the work and then follow through and do your side of the work. But yeah, and just be there for the universe and say, anything you can do to help me would be awesome. But then we also need to do our own work. We need to do research. We need to look at pantheons. We need to look at deities. We need to go on YouTube and search and see what other people say. Even if it doesn't resonate with us, it's sometimes good to see what other people think and or say. And yeah. So today's lesson is signs are there. You just need to stop putting restrictions on them. You need to stop saying X, Y, and Z equals a sign. Everything else doesn't. As far as a little tool that may be helpful, tonight I did a quick 1-card draw for guidance. Basically, I asked the cards, hey, I think I'm on to something with this idea about signs. Have I received any signs today that might be useful? Have I seen anything that might mean something? And I pulled the 2 of masks. It's so pretty. I love these cards. Masks in this deck, it's kind of weird. It's not a traditional deck. Masks equal the element of fire, so the south position. And it was normal position, it wasn't reversed. So what that means is, and I'm reading from the book, so sorry if I'm not looking right at the camera. Mature individuals, housekeeper, attainment of goals and needs, boldness, a dominant personality. Coincidentally, today's research was all on the goddess Holda, who is many, many things. I'm going to do a video when I have a bit more time on all the research I had of her. I just need to kind of go through it and digest it and see what resonates for me. But one of her realms, so to speak, or aspects is a domestic goddess. She's a spinner. She is a kind of a kitchen witch. She rewards the female workers that are diligent and punishes the lazy. The Grimm brothers even wrote a fairy tale about her called Frau Holle. Holle. I'm probably pronouncing that horribly. I don't speak German. But it was Lady Holda. And one sister fell down a well and helped Holda out and cleaned up and did all this work for her without being asked, really. And she was rewarded. Her stepsister fell down the well, or was pushed down the well, and did not do any of the work because she was lazy and was punished. So I will get to more on that. Probably tomorrow is when I'll do that video. But yeah, that card totally resonated, and I'm not saying Holda is this energy because I don't know that. But I think that's a pretty good indication that, yeah, I'm on the right track because the card directly referenced something that I read today. So, with that, I will end this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Blessed be.